Well, what's going on, everybody? It's Neil with Pony Creek Outdoors. So today we're going to actually be mixing up a new recipe, if you will, for some deer minerals that I've been researching. I'm going to show you guys what we're going to be putting out. I've actually already established that mineral site out at the family farm, and I'm using a Wright's deer mineral. Heard a lot of good things about that. And I'm not talking junk about the company or anything like that. It's just, it's too expensive for what I can do on a yearly basis. People that feed it swear by it. They say that the deer actually put on substantial growth and they're a lot healthier looking. But what I decided to do was buy a lot of stuff in bulk. That way I could keep the stuff down year round on a budget. And I came out for less than $100 for everything. And we'll have quite a bit of mass material to put down. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to be using this year, and then we'll go out to the farm and I'll show you the site that we've already got set up out there. I've got a trail camera on that already, and we'll just see if the deer are hitting it yet and how this goes throughout the year. And because I am in a metal building outside and keeping this stuff in a building, I decided to just throw it inside, everything inside a container here, and try to help keep the mice out of it. Keep everything dry. Since this building does still get some moisture and everything in, I figured just keeping this stuff out of the weather would help. I'm gonna pull all this stuff out. It smells great, to be honest with you, and we'll throw it up on the back of the ATV and show you guys what we're working with. Okay, so what I've done, I've just set everything up here to show you guys what it is that we're going to be mixing up this year. All of these ingredients, like I say, came out, I want to say it was about $65, $70, something like that, which is quite a big increase from what most of the other videos on YouTube are saying that they've got invested in it. A lot of those guys are saying that they're below $50 for basically a similar mix of this. But basically what we got a 50-pound bag of Producer's Pride General Purpose Mineral Meal. And this is going to be what the deer are going to be benefiting from the most for getting the minerals in them, making for a healthier deer. Now, if you do a lot of research online the way I've done over the past few years, over the past few months rather, you will find that a lot of the stuff is just hype that you read online about these minerals making the deer have bigger antlers, stuff like that. If they do, that's a great benefit, but the main thing is making sure that the deer are healthy, to help these does that are going to be lactating, supporting these deer that are dropping right now. Already we're seeing newborn deer that are dropping the grounds, hitting the ground rather. But anyway, we got this, and then we've got a mixing salt here. This one is just a mixing fine salt. Again, this is something that animals crave. This is something that deer crave in particular, because the deer will actually get dehydrated at certain times of the year, and they'll actually crave this salt. If you look at a lot of the commercial mineral mixes that are sold, they're not going to benefit the deer much, except for in the line of the amount of salt that it has. This is what the deer craves. This is what the deer needs in addition to this. But I've done one more thing here to really make it palatable for the deer and really make it, make the deer, it'll drive the deer to the site. And that's right here in this brown, just a plain brown paper bag. That is dried molasses. And that is what smelled so good when I popped it out of the tub earlier. When I popped the lid on it, that's all I could smell was the smell of molasses. The minerals in general, they are very bitter to the deer. Deer, cattle, any kind of farm animal that's going to eat it, they won't eat this right by itself. That's why the salt really helps to make them down it. This will help them to find it quicker and also to crave it, because it's very sweet. So you're getting a sweet and sugary, sweet and salty mix in addition to the mineral. So this here is going to help to hide the bitterness of the mineral that they're going to get, and actually make them consume all of it. Now, I plan to keep this stuff down, put it down at least once a month in a container. and keep that site that I've already established fresh throughout the year. And I may do additional sites as well. But in this particular one on my family farm, I'm probably going to just have one site and keep it fresh year round. That's going to drive the deer to that location throughout the year. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do one part of the mineral mix, and then I'm going to do two parts of the salt, again, because that's going to crave it, and 2 parts of the mineral. So whatever amount you do, whatever scooping measure you do, it's going to be basically 1 scoop of this and 2 scoops each of this other mix here. So we'll see how it works out. 1 part mineral. 1 part mineral. 1 part salt. 2 parts salt. And 2 parts of the dried molasses. All right, now I'm going to repeat. 1 part of the mineral. 2 parts salt. And 2 part molasses. I'm going to repeat that again. Mineral. Salt. A little bit more there because I cheated myself there. Another salt. And the molasses. And that's a full bucket. So there you go. What I'm going to do now is pop the top on this and shake it up real good, kind of mix all these ingredients together. I may even actually use a stirrer first just to make sure I get in there good with everything, and then we'll go out to the farm and we'll put it down. So what I'm going to do first, I got this old paint roller stick, and that's going to be perfect for getting down in here and stirring this stuff up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to stir this up first. If I can do this without making a mess, which is going to be pretty impossible. Try to get this salt in here good. And guys, I can't even begin to tell you how just the aroma is so strong. It smells good in here because of that molasses. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the top on this and give it a good shaking. Got a trail camera here. This is one that I actually won last year during a giveaway. But this is where I've got my mineral site, and I'll just tell you guys, I can actually still see some mineral that I put out here that's on it, which means they have not eaten all of this up. But one of the reasons I picked this site, if you notice, it's kind of concave. It's got a little dip in it. It's almost like a little bowl. And so all the water that's going to run off from down here to make its way into the bottom, it's going to actually run in here, and it's going to help mix a lot of this stuff down into the soil. And these deer are going to not only eat the mineral, but they'll actually lick the soil up when the mineral gets low. So that's why I picked this site. It's actually a trail that comes out of here. It was way more defined when I was in here last time, but it works its way up to the field, and some old barns and stuff over here. It's all swamp back in this area. And the deer will work their way up out of the swamp. And there was a trail that came right by here. And that's why I picked this location. Alright, so as you can see, you can actually see the salt that's up in there on top of a lot of the minerals. A lot of the brown that you see is the mineral, and it's also going to be a lot of that molasses. And I can tell you, I can smell the molasses as soon as I pop the top on it. But I think that if I come out here once a month and top this off, the deer are going to be just so much better off, especially with these young ones on the ground right now. They're going to be hitting this hard. Okay, so as you can see, I've showed you guys exactly what it is that I'm going to be using this year, and I'll post updates on another video here. Hopefully this little camera that I won in that giveaway is going to kind of tell the tale as to what these minerals are doing. Again, I'm not looking necessarily to grow big bucks. Obviously, everybody wants to do that. But based on the research that I've done, where you're going to get the best bang for your buck where that's concerned is feeding protein in addition to the mineral. So I'm actually going to look at getting a feeder. Not a spinner feeder or anything like that, or a gravity feeder. I'm going to look for something that deer can actually come up and eat out of. And that's kind of my goal, is to do that. And then if I can find somebody to supply me with some roasted soybeans and corn in bulk, where I can keep that thing full year round and feed the deer, that is where you're going to really get the best bang for your buck, feeding these minerals and throwing the protein to the deer. Based off some of the university studies that I've looked at, that the protein is where you're going to get the antler mass and the bigger, healthier bodies. Now the minerals will help, but there's no scientific proof that shows that these minerals actually grow big, bigger antler deer. Age does that, genetics does that, and protein, their diet is what does that. So you can believe that. If you don't want to believe me, go look it up for yourself, and look at some of the university studies that have been done. Those aren't going to lie to you, but people that sell this mineral supplements to you, it's a business, and I don't like to say that they'll lie to you, but they may stretch the truth a little bit. But again, so I'm not necessarily going into this to look for bigger deer, although that would be a bonus. I want to help make the herd healthy. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'll show pictures here in some future videos, and kind of see what this site is doing. And we'll kind of decide what we're going to do closer it gets to hunt season, if we're going to set up another site or actually set one closer where I may be hunting more. I do know this area in the fall drops a lot of acorns, so I may decide to hunt in here anyway, and just early season decide to focus on these minerals as well as a feeder. Please like and subscribe. Like the video, comment on the video if you have any suggestions, if you have any pointers on your end, if you have any opinions as to the mineral supplements that I'm doing. Chime in, let us know what you think, let others know what you think based off your experience. But be sure to subscribe to our channel and share it, because we're really trying to grow our channel, and we appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much.